Hey beautiful, I hope you're doing well. As usual, my life has been all over the place and I just need to be honest with you guys and just say that I haven't been wanting to post because it has just been absolutely insane. So I'm only human and I want to share with you guys like what has been going on, and I'm just going to keep it very blunt. So let's start with this. Lately, instant gratification has been like taking over my life, but I feel like everybody like struggles with different types of instant gratification. And the thing about it is that the things that are like, okay, before I keep going, let me explain what instant gratification is. Instant gratification is anything that gives you immediate satisfaction, that is but can inhibit your long-term goals because of the amount of time and energy that you're putting into it. At least like that's like my like definition of like instant gratification. Activities of instant gratification like aren't instantly bad, but when you do them consecutively, like it can destroy your life. It's often activities where like even thinking about it, like it feels good. These activities can include things like watching Netflix, staying in bed, excessive sex, masturbation, overeating, impulsive eating, fast food, not cleaning up your room, scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And personally, before I get into this video about how this has been personally affecting my life, let me just like explain something. I just want to be clear that these things are not bad in moderation. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, scrolling on TikTok, completely okay, completely harmless when you're doing it for like, what, no more than 35 minutes a day, you know, doing it while you're eating dinner or something like that. 6 hours on TikTok? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Like, activities of instant gratification, like when you're doing all this every day, it can literally spiral you into depression or anxiety. And at least for me, like I'm realizing that whatever is good for you, great for you, wonderful, or remotely long-term beneficial for you and your spiritual, mental, and personal well-being is not going to come easy, and instant gratification is going to get in the way. I'm not really on social media, so like of course I used to struggle like everybody else with social media addiction and stuff like that, but it's like I got away from it through COVID, different video. I struggled with something that I cannot believe I am admitting in this YouTube video, but I just gotta keep it blunt with y'all. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it. But I have a sex addiction. It is bad. It is really, really bad. And here's the thing. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't like such a lifestyle, such a time-consuming, hurtful lifestyle. But it's rough. Like it's impeding on my time. It's been affecting my health. I had to learn like the hard way at 21 an experience. Like sex is a responsibility. It can destroy your life. It can destroy someone else's life. And it can also change your life, you know, for the better or the worse. Personally, like that's just like that's been that like I've been working on, and that's like the biggest one. But also like I struggle with just like staying in bed, getting out of bed. Like I don't want to say like finding the motivation, because I don't believe in motivation. Like I believe in drive. So it's like me, I can do something and build a habit. It's all about just like beginning that momentum and sticking to it. Because once I have a strong why, once I see that this is like benefiting me, it's just for my well-being, it's just for the greater good, I'm always going to be able to see like the bigger picture, and my drive will help me get through whatever activity thing I need to get through. For me, like, this is something that's like very real for me. Like, a lot of people like probably think of my life and are just like, oh my gosh, like, it's such a privilege to be able to like get so much attention, to be able to like pull so easily. Like, no, like, there has to be limits, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the grass is not always greener on the other side. So, you know, this is not a self-help channel, but the question is now, like, what am I going to do about this? What can we do about this when it comes to forms of instant gratification? Delayed gratification is where it's at as far as like helping myself to like stay disciplined and like stay on track with my goals and everything I'm trying to do. For example, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but this has been helping me a lot lately. Whenever I get like the urge to like do something like, I just wanna watch Netflix all day. I just wanna like go hook up, or I just wanna go like have fun. Like, I read a book. I love to open up a book, and if the impulse is still there, I pick a harder book. I pick a harder book, or I pick a book that's going to like make me think. That's me replacing an instant something that's very instant to something that's like delayed long term. Because when it comes to a book, when you are really interested in a book, you're going to want to see the whole thing through. But if you want to see the whole thing through, you have to like keep up with it day to day and actually get through the book. Now, for those of you guys that are like new to the idea of delayed gratification, delayed gratification is something where, and this is my personal definition of delayed gratification, but it's basically an activity in which like it's not instant, but the satisfaction comes later, afterwards. Like when you start a book, when you're like in the process of cleaning up your room, cleaning up your room is a great example. You clean up your room, it takes time, energy, and effort. At the end, you have the satisfaction of being and living within a clean space. Or another good one is cooking a healthy meal, practicing an instrument, planting a garden, exercising, spending time with your family, your girlfriend, your mom. Or in general, like, as I'm going to quote my friend Frankie here, like, as he likes to say, like, doing things where you are like actively like living your life. Because Frankie told me something and that shit spoke to me. He said in his podcast years ago, how you spend your days will be how you spend your life. And that really, like, when my life gets crazy, I think about that statement and it keeps me so grounded. I had to realize that if I spend my days with activities filled with instant gratification, I'll be living an unfulfilled life that's going nowhere. If you spend your days filled with activities of instant gratification, you will start to feel depressed. You will start to feel like you're going nowhere, because guess what? You're not going anywhere. Your habits of instant gratification will be causing you long-term suffering, and it will show. It has shown in my life. I'm just glad that I'm fortunate enough that I was able to catch it, because a lot of people don't catch it. And when they catch it, it's way too late. I used to cook up a lot like last year, and like at first, like, it was fun. Like, me, when I decided that I was going to start hooking up, it was just something that like I was going to try. Like, I was kind of like, oh, like, I'm a city girl, never that life, hey, 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 hey. And then like, yeah, I really like bought into the narrative of like hooking up, because like me, it was something that I wanted to try. I was like, YOLO, let me see where this goes, let me see what this is about. I'm like, oh, so what am I gonna do? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got my hose, LOL. Y'all, I see the light now. I really do see the light. Having hoes is not a flex. Hoes are just a laundry list of people that don't care about you. I want you to think about that. Like, no, having hoes is not a flex. I don't know why like social media like put that in people's heads. Like, no, Man, woman, young, old, like, no. Like, having hoes isn't, like, there is no situation where having hoes is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, this video is a bit all over the place, but yeah, I just wanted to open up about my sex addiction. That is just something that I've been coping with, that type of instant gratification. And lately I have been trying to redirect myself to the right path.